Hello, Grow USA Organic family. Glenn Van Ostrand. First video I will be sharing with you. Most of it's going to have to do with my ebook, which is available, although it's still going through a rewrite, so it's available, yet it needs a little bit more work. And the whole point of Grow USA Organic is, having been in, I don't want to say corporate America, but those types of worlds where, have that report on my desk by Monday, the office in Manhattan, the commutes, everything about that. At one point when I was 50, I decided to go and work on a farm in Maine. Now, I have had some other areas where I've done some planting here in New York. My family had a few properties, and it was great, and I always loved it. Grandparents did it, mother did it. But I definitely wanted more, right? I want to learn more. I want to learn the biology a little bit more. I want to learn the soil. I want to learn just a larger scale on how this happens. So I bought a van, and I drove up to Maine with my 2 Rhodesian Ridgebacks, and we did van life, farm life. And you'll see that on my Instagram if you go on grow.usa.organic and follow. The story I put up yesterday just talks about how I don't remember those mornings of I remember them, but the main driving force of my thought is not about the early mornings, the days in the field where it rained, or was just, the conditions turn really harsh, which they can do in Maine very quickly, and the rain there is quite fat, quite heavy. It can hit you sideways, and sometimes you see that the gear that they wear on those fishing boats, well, that's what you would typically wear out in the field. In any event, the harvesting, the slip in the mud, the ice, none of that mattered. The beat up machinery that we were using. What mattered is the quality of the food I was eating. Coming from a typical American diet, steaks, chops, burgers, beer, wings, bagels, New York, kind of diet, which is a terrible diet to have. Having read a lot of books, some are here. Of course, I have a lot of books around me, but the books were explaining more about the health. And now at 54 years old, I'm more focused on my health. And there's nothing that the organic vegetable diet gave me that the protein, steaks, chops, veal, pork, whatever, didn't give me. Now, I don't really love pork. I like ribs. I used to like them more, but I don't see them the same way. And that's a lot what my book will talk about, which I've had about 5 names for. I haven't settled on one yet, but I'm not worried about the name. But that's what you'll find here in this content. So today's video, although pretty short, is just an introduction into why I built Grow USA Organic as a business. Please check out growusaorganic.com. I'll be releasing in 2 months some small portable grow beds, 8 cell, 16 cell, 32 cells, which will be for herbs, typically speaking. I have available on my website the larger grow beds, which are the ones that you would plant on the ground. You wouldn't move them around much, and that's a raised grow bed that you can grow your vegetables in. I've got hundreds of thousands of seeds, not hundreds of thousands, but pretty close. All organic, all from the best places that I have found to be the best, and where the boss is, because I work for multiple farms. After Maine, I moved to Florida. I had been upstate New York. I wanted to keep it going. I didn't take a season off. I worked double seasons, and I never was late, and I never missed a day. And there were people definitely half my age there, as, it's college kind of stuff. Well, I graduated college and I went to graduate school, but none of that mattered to me. This is something I wish I had done earlier, but we don't want to wish away the time that we had, because it was also a very special time. Had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, had some great business deals, had 2 businesses. This will be my 3rd. They were separate. One was a restaurant, one was an IT company, because I had some IT background. So I think the main driving force is what I find now is that this urban agriculture, which is the term I'll use, although organic urban agriculture grown in the cities that we have here, where we have space. You're seeing a lot of NYU, Colorado State, Cornell, Oregon State. They're actually having classes. I don't know if they're certification classes. I doubt they're degree classes, but maybe. I'm not taking them. I like the way I learned, which was, and the research, my personal reading, and what I did on the farms, being nothing more than a farmhand. I could have done a little bit more, and in some cases I did, which was like wash station, assistant manager, or helping with the newsletter, because I write a lot. You'll see my blog. There's also a Grow USA Organic blog. There's a Best Bites Club blog. There's a lot of writing I do. I really wanted to be in the soil, you know. I wanted to be around the plants, because what I also learned was that once I became quiet, right, you leave the city, the horns, the traffic, the buzz, the local rumble, it's just constant. Helicopters now, right? When you get really quiet is when you start hearing things, you know. A particular bird one morning would always fly. Well, he was with another group of birds, but he was very particular in his sound. I can't tell you the exact, because I never really get to see him, but I would hear him every day for weeks, you know, where I was living. I was living very close to the farm on this, like, huge sprawl of land that I was renting off this guy. It was nothing, just land, because we were living in the van, which there's videos on. I think it's called Vangie Camps, VANGCAMPS. That would be the website. That would be the YouTube that would have all of those videos. But anyway, and I remember not hearing that bird one day and wondering where he was, you know. I mean, there's birds here in the city, but I wouldn't have that attention to that nature, which I loved. And the nature is in the soil. The nature is in the sun. I have a lot of solar projects I do. Not a lot, but some that I'd like to talk about at some point. The bird in the morning, you know, there was really no coyotes. There was some bear and some moose up there, but they didn't really make a lot of noise, and they really weren't coming near me. But it's just those beautiful small sounds that I think our senses might get dulled to, that I think are really important to us, because we're not really meant to live on top of each other. We're meant to be kind of the hunter-gatherer. I've got books on that too. Yes, but that's not exactly where we are today in the world. I do worry about the food source, meaning supply chain. I do worry about the quality of the food. Corporate America is, you know, boxing, bagging, canning, and shelving. You know, these are dangerous items. So my contention is, why can't we do it ourselves, you know? Very low cost. If you totally bomb and hate it, well, you know, your investment is under probably $100, unless you get the bigger ones that I have. The larger grow beds, they cost more money, or the greenhouses, they cost more money. But the smaller stuff is easy to do. It's good generational, right? The kids can learn it. If you have kids, your friends, your girlfriend, your wife, whomever, you know, husband. And I think that if we just look back maybe 100 years, it wasn't that odd to be thinking along these lines. It seems odd now. I tell some of my friends, they love the idea now, but it's because I've been doing it for a number of years. But in the beginning, they thought I was off my rocker. You know, they really, I don't know what they thought, but to take a step back from the world I was in into this world, to them was crazy. To me, it made all the sense in the world, and it absolutely makes all the sense in the world, and will continue to. So my hope is that I can share with you my experience. City guy, street guy, kind of good background, good family, but so busy in the trying to move forward, trying to get the next level, that I was missing the beauty of the things that were maybe right under my feet and right above my head, and things I could hear and see and feel that were so beautiful, so natural. And we can create that world, right? We can do that through our food, feel better. I've got a weight set over there. I'm 54. I could still put up 225. Probably make a lot of noise, probably struggle. But, you know, this over protein, you know, this world of high protein, high fat, I don't know. I think that's good for certain people, but the people who live the longest do the rice and the vegetables, and we all know who they are. And typically the Orientals, the Indonesians, the Chinese, the Japanese, you know, they live a very good, long, healthy life. And I don't want to live forever, but the years I have, I want them to be really good, really, you know, where I've got my muchness about me. So I hope everyone's having a great day. It is Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. Happy New Year. And by happy, right, our health is key. Without that, we have nothing. And so let's start 2025 with a push towards organic diet, if possible. You know, try to buy organic products. I know they're more expensive, but the more we do here on a smaller scale of organic, the more available it will become. You go to these stores, I'm not even sure what they're selling. They say organic is organic, and it's like a kiosk. They don't even have gosh, there's no area for the organic stuff, so we have to do it ourselves. So wishing everybody a great day. Looking forward to talking back with you soon. Thank you, guys.